Are AI instruments the next level from virtual instruments? In this video, I'm diving into Ace Studio's AI instruments, more specifically their string instruments. I'm working on a little idea and I'm using Splice's instruments, I'm using the Spitfire, and I'm trying to see how I can take that MIDI information, put it into Ace Studio, use their strings, and then use their music enhance function and see how much of my idea is retained, see how this can be used as kind of like a hybrid approach. So let's get to the video. By the way, link in the description, try out Ace Studio, link in the description. Okay, so I'm playing a bass line here, so the bottom of the orchestra. I'm also gonna double this in the cello. There it is, I doubled that melody in the cello. And I'm adding high strings. I use clusters, second, fourth, second, fifths, and I'm in C Dorian, I believe. Okay, and I'm gonna end it with a chord. Beautiful chord. Nice. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm trying to export every single note in its own separate MIDI channel so that they're like one instrument and I can put it into Ace Studio. And now this is a solo patch. Violins, violas, cello, and double bass. The orchestral does sound better. Now I'm exporting it so that I can import the whole thing into Ace Studio. And I deliberately used a solo patch in Splice Instrument. And that is Ace Studio's AI instruments. And now I'm exporting all of those. Okay, now we're enhancing it within Ace Studio. So we highlighted the entire string section, and this is what we got. Just trying out different iterations now. I think I'm going for a string orchestra sound. Bit more epic. Horns, taiko drums. I love that version. That was pretty cool. I could definitely hear guitar, distorted guitar hits, high guitar solos, maybe high guitar lines in this end. So that's really, really interesting. I think we'll be seeing more and more AI integration in possibly virtual instruments. Because even with this, like, I can see where it could be useful, but I have heard virtual instruments that are more realistic sounding, but also it takes a lot more work. You know, like I remember when I was working on my orchestral pieces back when I was at Berklee, we used multiple sample libraries, you know, like 2, 3, and then mixed it with solo instruments and a lot of like automation, automating the dynamics, automating everything, you know, and it's to create something that's realistic, you have to learn how each individual sample library works. In what context do they work? It's like each virtual instrument is its own like instrument, if that makes sense. You have to learn where and how to use it, what are their limitations. The same thing with this, honestly. You have to learn how and where you can use it because it's not perfect. You know, I have played virtual instruments that sounds better just right out of the box, but with this one I do hear some intricacies like how it would be possibly played on a violin or a cello. So what I would do is really dive into how best to use it, what are the use cases, but also the whole enhanced thing. The cool thing that I'm seeing with this enhanced music function in Ace is that I'm really seeing my ideas in there. So I remember when I was writing my orchestral piece, it's always coming from like a two-staff, like a grand piano staff, and you have the basic ideas, you know, like the melody and the chord progression, and then you blow that up. You then arrange it or orchestrate it. Who else plays the melody? Are they dovetailing? Is an instrument starting the melody and takes it over? What types of chords are there? Are there wide chords, big, like spread voicings? And spread voicings are like bottom up build. They're big, wide, open chords. And then there's cluster chords that are very tiny, like there's seconds apart, and then maybe one larger interval on the bottom or the top. So it's a lot of like how you're looking at the writing of the chords. What is the melody? Is there an ostinato? Is there an ostinato that's kind of like a repetitive rhythm-based melody note, and then you move in between with these chords? What is the function of each instrumental parts. So like brass, horns, saxophones, flutes, woodwinds, and all these things. And the interesting thing that I have heard in the enhanced music is it's taking my ideas and applying it in the orchestral setting. And it's interesting to hear how the bass line that I wrote was turned into a melody piece, and the upper part of the chords were more the background type. So I loved when different instruments played the melody. I think it's really interesting. That's kind of how I would think, you know, once I have the idea, which just comes from a basic piano, then I think, who else can play in the orchestra that melody? What is like the function that I want each orchestral section to have, and how can I create this cool counter element? So I think, so I'm very curious to see how Ace Studio is going to take this further, how this can be more applied in orchestration in hybrid orchestral settings, and how can this be used in film scoring, in all types of music production settings. So yeah, that was my video on AI instruments, Ace Studio. Don't forget to check out the link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.